Going to talk about Blue Moon Farm in Urbana this morning with Shea Belahi. Shea, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And, let's start off. What is Blue Moon Farm?
So Blue Moon Farm is a 20-acre certified organic, diversified vegetable farm just 10 minutes north of town. Mm-hmm. So we grow anything from tomatoes to kale, potatoes, onions, butternut squash, several different kinds of vegetables year-round. So
you say organic, certified organic. How does that work? I mean, we see labels organic, certified organic. What is certified organic? What gets you that title?
So we're certified by the USDA. There are several different rules and regulations that we have to follow. We can only use other certified organic products on our farm, like anything that we're using for soil has to be certified organic approved. All of our plant starts, if we're not growing them ourselves, they all have to come from an organic source if it's available. Mm-hmm. Same thing with our seeds. And it depends on how we care for our farm and what products we use on our farm.
Mm-hmm. And so as far as, a farm goes, I would assume seasonal. You grow things certain times of the year, just like anybody else's garden would be. You got something in the spring, midsummer, now we're kind of in the fall. Is that how it works? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. And then we also have 10 greenhouses, are hoop houses. Okay. So we're growing in the winter as well. So we're year-round production. Things that you might find in the spring from us are green onions and radishes, broccoli, different bunched greens like kale and collards. But you'll also find those cycling back through in the fall. So right now we're hitting those broccoli and cabbages again right now.
Talking with Shea Belahi with Blue Moon in Urbana, Blue Moon Farm in Urbana. Where can people find your what you grow? Where do we find that if we get our hands on it?
Sure. We sell at the farmers market, the outdoor farmers market that happens from May to the end of October, and then we move inside to the indoor market in the square. Mm-hmm. And that goes from November all the way through April. Mm-hmm. So we're there. We're also selling to Common Ground Food Co-op. We sell to various restaurants around town. Mm-hmm. And we also have a CSA, which is a community-supported agriculture, where our customers can buy a share of produce, and we deliver to them each week.
When you work with restaurants, do the restaurants come to you, or do you have to go to the restaurants? How does that work? I mean, I have some friends that own the Wheelhouse in Urbana or St. Joe, and that's a farm to table. But how does that relationship work?
Yeah, so usually we're reaching out to. It works both ways, actually. So a lot of times we're reaching out to chefs and dropping off samples to try and establish a relationship. Other times chefs have heard about us and will seek us out. But it's really in our community, it's a relationship with a chef, not necessarily a restaurant. So sure. as chefs move through from restaurant to restaurant, we kind of follow them around.
The chef, yeah. So they can take their dishes to different restaurants and your stuff to different restaurants as well, and kind of gives a broad area of broad audience, market, consumer, what have you, of what you guys are doing at a Blue Moon.
That's right.
What are some of the big takeaway? How long has Blue Moon been around?
Well, there's some discrepancies on that. It was anywhere between 1995 and 1999 that John Cherniss and Michelle Wander started the farm here in Urbana. So they, kind of pioneered the farm right along that timeline.
And when did you get involved? How did you get involved with Blue Moon?
Yeah, that's a crazy story. Sure. So I've been with Blue Moon Farm for 3 years, and John Cherniss kind of wanted to retire. I had my own farm at that time, and I got a phone call from him wanting to talk about the future of me possibly being at Blue Moon Farm. So I had an interview with him and his co-manager, Lorien Carsey, at the time. She didn't want to run the farm by herself, so she wanted a partner in doing that. So we met and we talked, and I thought about it for a couple weeks and ended up accepting the offer and leaving my farm behind and joining Blue Moon.
So what is your role with Blue Moon, if there is a role, a title?
Sure. we kind of both say that we're co-managers.
Okay.
I think Lorien is more in charge of field operations, and I do a lot of other things like bookkeeping and start house management and packing shed management, although we're trying to offload that job right now.
But you're still able to get out there, get your hands dirty a little bit, though?
Yeah, and like I said, we were trying to offload the job of packing shed management to another employee who's taking over, so I get out in the sun and the dirt a little bit more every day, which is very exciting to me.
Do you have an agriculture background at all? I mean, kind of what you started your own farm, and now you're with BlueMoon. What kind of got you interested into that?
Yeah, in my mid-20s, I was kind of looking for the thing I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and didn't know what that was. I knew I liked gardening and being outside, and always used to get in trouble as a kid in my dad's friend's garden.
Sure.
And I saw an ad for the Land Connection Farm Beginnings class, and talked with the instructor at that time to see, what that meant and what that program was. I really got interested in it. I completed that program in 2012, I think, and I did a mentorship with a farm in Watseka, Gray Farms. And I fell in love once I got my hands dirty and decided it was what I could do for the rest of my life. I don't have an agricultural background besides that.
Sure. Shea Belahi with BlueMoon Farm in Urbana, talking to her this morning. What are some things, being in the business for a while, working with, some restaurants, grocery stores, what have you. What are some things you'd like to see, change, or what do you like going on as far as, the local farms around here? I'm sure you guys, talk with each other and kind of bounce ideas off each other sometimes.
Sure. I think more integration of local foods into restaurants. I think the Champaign-Urbana area has kind of moved away from it just a little bit, and I'd like to see us make that relationship a little bit tighter. I don't know if there's any way of grants for restaurants to happen that incentivize them buying local, but we would like to see more of that.
What do you think are some of those barriers that, as far as people buying local, just the availability of it?
No, I think it's probably more than that. The availability is there. I think it is maybe the prices are a little less convenient than what you could get off a Cisco truck.
Sure.
The ordering is also a little bit more tricky when you have 10 local farms emailing you. You have to choose something from each of them. It can complicate that for a chef who's already very busy.
Sure.
So I think there's a few different complications going on for our local chefs.
But it's nice to have these locally grown foods available to us, whether it's at a restaurant or at a farmer's market.
Absolutely.
Shea Belahi with BlueMoon Farm. What do you think can be done to teach people better, or just get a better understanding about some of these specialty crops? Because you mentioned what you grow. I'm sure there are some things maybe you grow that another farm may not grow, or that normally you won't find at your big grocery store. Just some of those specialty things out there. Sure.
We have things like red okra that people haven't seen before and have commented on, or we grow an Italian Romano flat bean that at farmers markets people don't really know what to do with it. So the thing that I integrated this year into our practice was doing more online or live videos through Facebook that kind of shows our methodology or talks about a crop to get people more connected with how things are grown. And I think that's helped. And I do a spot in our newsletter that talks, or a crop of the week that talks about something that they might not be aware of, or giving a new idea, a fresh idea on how to use something. And I get a lot of feedback about that at the farmers market.
If people want to find out about BlueMoon, I assume you mentioned Facebook. Got a good social media presence?
Yeah, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a website.
What's the website?
It is BlueMoonFarmUrbana.com.
And that's BlueMoonFarmUrbana.com. Shea Belahi with BlueMoon Farm in Urbana. Can people come out to the farm? I mean, I would assume it's not necessarily open to the public, but if people wanted to just maybe just contact you. Maybe they have this idea. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe see how you're doing it. Do you kind of welcome, people interested to come out and just have a visit?
Well, it is a closed farm since
Right.
we're a working farm.
Sure.
And it is a residence as well.
Oh, okay.
So the people that live on the
Stay
farm
away.
want a little bit of privacy.
Right.
This year, and we hope in the future, this year we started a farm tour.
Okay.
So we did that last 2 Sundays ago, I think. And it worked out really well. It was nice, and we got good feedback from the people that did attend, and we hope to get bigger groups in the following years. But
Shea Belahi with Blue Moon Farm. You can find him all over social media, again, at BlueMoonFarmUrbana.com. Thanks for coming in today.
thank you.